Chris and Phil have switched.
Whoa! Yeah. Yes.
Now Phil is on guitar and Chris is on drums. That is, yeah, we're getting weird now.
This shit out.
So, welcome everybody. I'm third and final segment of the. Well, I mean, third and final segment. That means 8 hours.
Right.
So, but we are in our final 8 hours here on the Trevathon.
2/3 done.
2/3 done, and man, we're starting to feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hit a wall about 2 hours ago, but I'm back now.
Yeah, I'm really starting to drag a little.
Slapping
I
it.
keep hitting wins. I just hit a win.
Oh, good
Really?
for you. All right, good.
That's good.
I just peed, had some water, hit a win.
Nice. Let me recap what's going on for those of you who are just tuning in, because this is a new feed. Every 8 hours we have to start a new feed. We have been on the air since midnight on Eastern Standard Time. So I believe we're 16 hours in now.
Yep. We're now beginning 17.
We're now beginning our 17th hour on the air.
It just sounds dumb, doesn't it?
Yeah, and so we've all been awake probably close to 30 hours at this point. Yeah, so everyone's getting a little loopy, and it's okay. We got to go for, when you've done 17, what's another 7?
Yeah.
Is that or 8?
We've done 16, so we got 8 left.
We got 8 left.
We're
All
good.
right.
We can do
I got
it.
a question here.
Yeah.
Someone threw out any place they can watch the special online. Do you know that?
I don't know. Yeah, so, okay, so the reason we're here is I have a new Comedy Central special that comes out tonight on Comedy Central. It comes out at midnight, and it's called The Story of Our Times, and it's a whole, I'm releasing an album on the same day, so it's a whole special full of new songs and music videos. So please check it out, download the album. I hope you like it. And I'm not sure if you can watch it online. We have some videos. I put out some videos this week on YouTube. One is called My Computer Just Became Self-Aware, and that's on Facebook and it's on YouTube. Another one is called Bullies, which was just released yesterday, and we're already up to 1.3 million views on it. So that's good. You can see that on YouTube, and you can see that on Facebook. And then the other one was called The Story of Our Times. It's the titular track from the album, and that is also available on Facebook and YouTube. So check those out. Also, if you want to call us, please do it. We've got hours here to kill. It's 1-833-Trevor-1. That's a free call. 1-833-Trevor-1. And also, my Twitter is itrevormore.com. So you can also tweet questions to us, and we'll answer those. And we have a Reddit AMA going at the same time. So you can also log on to the Reddit AMA, and Timmy, Sam, and I are answering questions. I'm here in the studio with Phil Hernandez, Chris Maxwell, the Elegant Two. They're the producers for all my music. We're also here with Timmy Williams from The Whitest Kids You Know.
Hey.
Timmy flew here from South Dakota to be here, so that's very nice. That's very good of him.
No problem.
Sam Brown from Whitest Kids You Know. Sam is running the social media right now, so he's answering a lot of the questions on Reddit.
I got one that someone just posted. What are your favorite conspiracy theories?
My favorite conspiracy theories right now, and this doesn't mean the ones that I believe in, but my favorite ones, is that there was nobody on the Challenger. That's my favorite conspiracy theory right now, that it was an empty ship that blew up. If you look it up, it's a fun. Well, I shouldn't say fun because it's a tragedy, but it's an interesting rabbit hole to go down. So that would be my favorite conspiracy theory.
Tragedy, just the ship blowing up.
Well, I guess that's the allegedly. I guess.
Small cancellation. Why would they blow up an empty ship?
Well, you got to go look.
Okay.
Well, I think the theory would go that NASA was always faking the moon stuff as kind of a psyop against the Russians, and so they were sending up empty spaceships.
So it wasn't supposed to blow up?
No. No. Anyway, but that's probably my favorite conspiracy theory of the moment. I'm a big connoisseur of conspiracy theories, big fan of them, even ones I don't really believe in. So what we're doing here today is we have 24 hours on the air, and we're trying to solve every single problem known to man. And let's just, since we're in our third 8 hours, let's recap what we've done over the past day. The first thing we tackled was the Middle East. And we solved it.
Yep.
We solved it. The second thing we tackled was the Star Wars franchise. How do you fix the Star Wars franchise? And we are in the process of solving it. What we did was we got a guy who writes scripts, and we gave him a bunch of suggestions of how he could write the course of the franchise. And he is actually down in our writer's room right now working on a full-length script. And then we're going to have a reading at 6 p.m. And he's also trying to fix the DC universe at the same time. So it's going to be a crossover. Is he still there? Can we look to see if he's still there? He's actually gone home to work on it.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, no, he's already finished. Oh, okay, there you can see. There's the messy table he left. And so he's going home, he's reviewing it, and then he's going to come back, and we're all going to have a reading of it on the air. Then the next thing, Legal is reviewing it. That's what's happening.
That'll be fun.
Oh, so he turned it in. So he's a legal. Oh, okay. So Viacom's legal team is reviewing his script, and they have the ability to redact things.
A script about Star Wars meeting the DC universe?
Yes. So we'll
I
see
wonder if
what.
there's anything to redact.
Yeah, we'll see what remains of it. All right. Then we got into racism, and we solved it. We solved it. It's great. You're going to be hearing a lot about that. We solved it by basically we coined a term called spacism, and we decided that the only way to get everybody on the planet to live in harmony is to give them another target to hate. Because let's face it, it's fun to hate something.
Right.
And it's just hardwired in us, and it's in our, the very base of our brain that we like to hate things. So we all need to feel as one, and so we decided that there was this old CIA program called Project Bluebeam, or Blue Book, I forget, where they were going to fake an alien landing, and they thought that would bring the whole world together. But they were going to do it for like a one-world government. That was the conspiracy theory for that. But I was thinking, what we came up with is not fake it, but actually put money into science so that we can discover that there are life forms somewhere in the universe. And then we run a propaganda campaign smearing those life forms.
Yeah.
And that way we get everybody together in their hatred of those life forms, which leaves us all, bonded together as a collective community of, we're all just stardust and all that hippie stuff.
Kind of did that in the third act of Independence Day.
You're very right. It is sort of what happened at the end of Independence Day.
But without
everybody
blowing up
came
a bunch
together.
of buildings.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So
Everybody
that.
came together and America saved everyone.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's how that happened. And so then we moved on to overpopulation. Easy. We fixed that. Then we moved on to. What is that one?
Illegal immigration.
Oh, illegal immigration. I'm not sure we really solved that one. We just kind of said everybody should chill out. Then we fixed me. I took a break, and they fixed me, and the solution was that I should get a spray tan. We fixed the problem of ghosts. We fixed the internet. We figured out how to fix the internet, and the solution was that there is a mandatory shutdown of the internet every day for 2 hours. Okay. And I could go on and on, but we got a show to do.
I have a question. Since it was 16 hours ago, can we see if the Middle East is in fact fixed?
Oh no, but we haven't implemented it yet. At the end of the special, we will put out a press release and list every single thing that we have accomplished. Okay, so I want to introduce our next guest right now. She is a very funny comedian and a former teacher, Lisa Carreo.
What? Oh my God, come on.
How are you?
What?
Thank you.
Cool handshake.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi,
Thanks for coming.
hello. Oh my gosh, hi. This is great. I love solving problems, so
good.
this is perfect.
Because
for
you're a
me.
teacher.
Well, former teacher.
Former teacher. You got fired.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I quit.
Oh, you quit.
But
Okay.
I'm just
But you saw the
saying-
writing on the wall.
Oh yeah. When you
Did you
feel,
like storm out?
I didn't storm out, but like when you feel the urge welling up inside of you to actually like lay your hands on a student, that's when it's
Yeah.
time.
That's when you quit?
That's when you have to end any relationship. I feel like when you're fantasizing about hurting the other person, it's time to take a step back.
Right. So you're thinking of like, wailing on the kids, and then you're like, I got to get out of
I
here.
wouldn't act on it,
Right.
but
At that point.
I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to bring up our topic for the day because it's going to make sense in a second. Our topic for the hour is boom. Oh, Chris, you totally dropped the ball. There we go. Education.
Education.
All right.
Oh man.
How do we fix education? Well, first of all, so what we do here, I don't know if you've watched any of the live
I've been
stream.
watching a lot of it.
Oh, yeah? Okay, so we have a Wikipedia thing that we just looked up what education basically means, and we read that, and then we watch some clips that have all been cleared. They're under fair right usage, so you can only show 3 seconds, and so nothing is helpful at all. So let's look at the Wikipedia. Wikipedia quote, education is the process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, beliefs, and habits. Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
And let's see our clips. Let's see our video clips.
Trump again.
Yeah, all of our clips have been about Trump for some reason. Oh, we're not ready for the clips. Why are we not ready for the clips? Okay, all right. So, what do you think is wrong with education?
Oh gosh, I think the problem and the solution are one word, and that is guns.
Guns?
Guns.
Problem and solution.
The problem with education is guns,
Right.
and then the solution is more guns.
I'm from Florida. I just say guns for everything.
Oh, okay, that's the fix-all to everything.
Yes.
We had a caller who I think it was how to fix politics.
Politics.
Yeah, he's just wanted more
He
AR-15.
said everyone should buy assault rifles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was his fix to politics.
Well, people really say that about education, that teachers should have guns. Which, as a former teacher, I can tell you that was the most stressed out I ever was in my whole life.
Wait, I got to say something. We're a little late, but it's just turned 420 in New York City.
Oh.
420 on 420.
Wow.
420. Oh, so
420 has finally come to the continental United States.
Wow.
and we have a friend
What?
chilling on the roof, right?
Oh, we have somebody on the roof? Oh, can we see? Can we see who's on the roof?
Yes.
Oh, hey.
It's Spencer.
It's 420 in New York. How's it going?
Oh, hey.
Oh, he's not
Hey,
Mike, he's just
it's
partying.
good.
Is he smoking?
Sorry, I'm just high.
Really? If you got high on the roof, be careful.
Hello?
Hey.
Am I not mic'd?
No, you are mic'd. We can hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 420 somewhere from now on.
Dave's not here, man.
Yeah, and I guess we're going to every hour check up on the roof, and at 420, and we'll have a guy getting high on the roof, dressed as wherever that is in the United States. That's solid. That's great, and I like that we didn't bother to give him a mic or anything. Oh no, he has a mic. He just doesn't have an ear thing. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's great. I like that bit. Now back to education.
So what is the problem?
I hated school.
Yeah,
I
homework.
hated it.
Homework's the problem.
Yeah, I liked my friends, and I liked that there was a place that I could go and hang out with my friends. I just hated that there was like, you had to learn stuff.
Yes. Well, I actually agree that homework is a huge problem because I think it's so not fair that we make little kids who have all this energy sit for 8 hours a day and then we're like, and here's more for you to take home.
Yeah.
Like that's so unfair. And a lot of people think the fix for education, by the way, is more. Like
More homework?
work, more homework.
No.
And I completely think that's the opposite of what we should be doing.
See, I have a theory that that the only reason that we have school for as long as we do is to just. Is that a joke? The only reason that we do school as long as we do is to keep kids out of parents' hair. You know, I think that it's
I think you're
kind
right.
of because we want. I think there's a societal thing where we want everybody to work and we want everyone to be good workers, and they can't work if they have to take care of their kids. So we say school takes magically almost the same amount of time as a work day, and then there's after. So it's basically just a way to keep them. And then when you get home, mom and dad want to relax. They've been working all day, so we'll just give them a ton of homework,
Yeah.
and that way they're just out of the parents' hair.
Right. It also preps them for a lifetime of following that schedule for work. Like
true.
8 to 5, whatever.
I'd buy that.
But since we're all adults, that sounds good.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, what do you want to take care of your kid all day? Yeah. Well, the other thing about school is that they don't really teach you. I never found that they taught you stuff that you really needed. Like I had to take Latin. Mm-hmm. That's a dead language. Like the first class of Latin that I had to take, they were like, now a lot of people are going to tell you that Latin's a dead language. Here's why it's not. And you're like, oh no. I mean, if that's how they're starting,
Right.
it's like you're not going to use this at all. Yeah. And then, and also with the advent of phones, there's not really none of the memorization or math people really need anymore.
That's right. I mean, the teachers don't even memorize what they're teaching. I know for me, I had to, before I taught a lesson, I had to look up in the teacher's manual, like, oh, how do you do this again? And then,
Right.
like, I had to get there early to do that, and so I could do the lesson properly. And also, by the way, talking about babysitting, teachers feel like babysitters
Right.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, we have somebody with us right now.
Oh, hey.
It's Matt Bronger.
Hey.
Hey, Matt. How's it going? Matt Bronger is an amazing
It's
comedian and actor, and just a really good dude. How are you? Thank you for Skyping in.
Sure, dude. Yeah, I'm live from Atlanta. This kind of converted warehouse that's now a hipster den.
A problem, and so.
Okay.
But first, we have to identify what the actual problem is. And this hour, it's education. What are your thoughts on education? Did you like school growing up?
I did. I mean, I feel like public school at its worst is like jail, but public school at its best is a place that teaches you to interact with your fellow human beings without a net.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like my parents are teachers, and they just put me right into public school, and it was the best thing that could have happened to me. Because
Yeah.
to me, private schools can be good, but it costs a lot of money, and homeschooling is insane. Like, do these parents think they're accredited? Somehow they have the wherewithal and the knowledge to teach their children literally every subject. It's just being too protective and also retarding your child's development.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the correct use of the word retarding.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Public school?
I've often been a retardant in other people's development.
That's an interesting thing that you bring up about because we're just sitting here shitting on school, talking about Lisa is a former teacher, and and she's even shitting on school. We're all just shitting on school here.
Sure.
But you bring up an interesting
No, I mean,
point.
I get it.
Well, yeah, you bring up an interesting
ahead,
point,
sorry.
which is just the social development. Because, yeah, if you are homeschooled, unless great pains are gone to kind of socialize you with other kids, you end up a little weird. I remember when I was a kid, we went on a camping trip, and all of a sudden it was me and a bunch of friends, and then there's a one rando kid that showed up with us, and my parents were like, well, he's homeschooled, it would be good for him to go out and make friends. And so we're camping, and I guess I don't know, someone might have made fun of him or something, or just like a little off joke that everybody would make about anybody else. And the kid disappeared, and then we found him angrily stabbing a tree with a pocket knife.
Oh.
Like again and again and again. And I was like, well, that's homeschooled kids for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's case in point. I mean, as much as you tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, you tried to murder a tree. Unsupervised. I mean, I feel like.
To be fair,
public
he was
school,
imagining
for all
that
its
tree
fault-
was you guys.
Right. point taken, Lisa. Public school, for all its faults, is throwing you into the deep end, and you got to sink or swim. I'm an only child. It taught me to make friends.
Yeah.
You know, so for all its faults, and I get shitting on school, it can be hell.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, what do you think about the curriculum? Should they update it? Should it be? Do we need to learn all the stuff that do they need to teach math?
They updated math.
They updated it. Oh yeah, there's a new math. But I'm saying, like, with computers, and I know that there's a reason to learn all this stuff because you should be able to do it without the computers. But maybe you don't need to spend the time on some of the rote memorization, kind of like biological terms and things, unless you're going to focus on that. Because anything else that you would need to know, there's been a huge sea change in human evolution in the last 30 years, which is we now all have access to every piece of information that's ever been made. So maybe that should have an impact on what we're teaching now.
Well, I would say in answer to that, everything you exercise gets stronger, and we still need to absorb and be able to contain information. Mm-hmm. So why not those things? Why not math, biology, all that stuff, rather than who the various directors of every Gilligan's Island episode is? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you have to teach memorization, you have to teach absorption of information.
Right.
It should be those things. Maybe not as many things, granted, but I think some.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of a moot point because at this point, kids are learning from books from 1985.
Right.
Like we need the money into the schools to have the updating you're talking about happen. You know?
Right. So there's an underfunding of education.
Whoa.
Oh,
Sorry, just feedback.
Oh, yeah. So that's another thing is that there's an underfunding in education.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
But that's probably just because there's no way to make a profit off of it.
Yeah. But that's we're looking at everything as if everything should make a profit, and everything should make a profit. Some things have to be paid for.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But then also, a lot of the funds that they do get, it's so mismanaged. It's like, let's not give teachers more money.
Yeah.
Let's buy new staplers.
Yeah.
Even though the staplers were totally fine, it's just weird, like where the budget goes to.
Or it's always going to like the principal's private jet.
Right, the principal's private jet always is the first priority, and their golden toilet.
Yeah, what's wrong with the
I will-
helicopter?
My dad was a principal, and I loved his Learjet. I loved just the fact that he didn't have to sit down and buckle up.
Well, look, I'm
I'm
happy for as well as principals are doing, and I don't want to take away from them, but I'm just saying maybe they could spread the wealth around a little bit.
Well, it's funny. My dad was originally, when he got into administration, he was a student management specialist, which means if you go to his office, you're in big trouble. So he had a shoebox of weapons, like nunchucks, confiscated stuff, knives,
Use on the kids?
brass knuckles. Yes, precisely.
Intimidate.
No, they're all confiscated, and I used to love to look in there and root around. And he says he still keeps in touch with his ex-colleagues, and he's like, now kids get caught bringing guns to school.
Really?
And my dad is like, yeah. My dad just said, in my day, just knives, like wistfully.
Yeah, those are
Like
the good
it was
old
a
days.
better time.
Those were the good old days.
Oh, I miss the whips.
Yeah.
Nice.
When I was a kid, I was always being sent to the principal's office, and I went to a private school, and I got sent, and it was a religious private school, and I got sent to the principal's office, and this just reminded me you were talking about his weapons box, and he was staring at me, and he was like, and what the principal would do is he would call your parents to get permission to spank you. Like, so the principal would actually spank you, but they would do they were, woke enough to call the parents in advance,
So
I
hot.
guess.
That's so funny.
So he would, like,
I
take
just
the
imagine
phone.
the principal like, Lisa, yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, that's what happened. I was sitting
Yes.
across from him, and he was like, "Yep, I'm calling right now." And he was talking to my dad, and I was like, "I've never imagined this scenario. I don't know how this is going to go." Like, and he was like, "Yeah, your son did this and that, and I'd like to, spank him." And then I just saw his face fall. Like he was like, "Okay, well, you'll take care of it at home then," like that. And then I just like smiled. I was like, you're not allowed, you dumb motherfucker. Okay.
Did you take your pants down and just wag? Did you wag your butt in front of him?
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Look but don't touch. Okay, Matt, we have another guest with us right now. We have a homeschooler, someone who was homeschooled.
Oh, Okay.
Okay, Bennington Grant. Ladies and gentlemen, Bennington Grant. How are you? Nice to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you seem normal.
Thank you. What a compliment.
Except around trees.
Yeah, I was actually, I was only homeschooled up through 6th grade, and then I went to private school, and then I went to public school.
Oh, okay.
So I've had the whole spectrum.
You're an expert. You're an
And
education connoisseur.
Did you go to Covenant in Charlottesville?
I did.
Yeah, I went to Grace Christian in Stanton.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't know was around.
No, but we both went to religious private schools in the
Yeah.
same state, and we played each other in sporting events that I never went to.
Yeah.
Oh, Bennington, I think you have a mic issue, so we need to send you off real quick and then come back and we'll fix it. Let's just play Bennington off for a second. Bennington will be back. All right. What if I was lying and I was just kicking him out because I hated his school? Like we were just bitter rival schools this whole time. All right, so as soon as Bennington is mic'd up, we'll bring him back.
I like that theme.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. It's very like Bill Maher.
Yeah. Sam loves music that's Bill Maher-esque.
Yeah.
Higher ups, they want to change up the genre. So.
Okay,
Oh.
cool, yeah.
So,
Make it new rulesy.
so Matt and Lisa, you know, we still have about 20 minutes, but we'd love to figure out something that we can put forward in this press release that we'll send to the world about how to fix things. You know, let's just. What do you think is the biggest thing that could have a impact and fix education?
Go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah, well, one of the things is that you always hear that teachers don't get paid enough, and I think part of that is that the way the pay scale is that all teachers get paid the same amount, even the ones who stay after the bell rings and they'll put in extra time and work with the kids one-on-one. They'll get paid the same amount as the old hag who's just sitting on her butt all day, handing out worksheets and not caring at all. So you start to feel unappreciated. And I think after a while, you just start to get burnt out from feeling like no one cares that I'm trying really hard.
Right.
So I feel like there needs to be a way to appreciate teachers who are just doing more and doing a better job.
Hey, Bennington's back.
Hey, hello to my fans. Hello.
All right. That was great. Now, so our teachers are salaried, right? It's not.
Yep.
Would it fix it to make them paid by the hour? That way, there's more incentive to stay after school and work hard. Are all teachers given a flat salary, or do some?
Well, you
some
could
make
get
more?
if you get certified in different areas, you can get paid more based on that. If you go to college a little longer, all kinds of things like that. But
Okay.
but in general, yeah, it's just like levels that you hit.
Okay. Now.
Yeah, and I think it's also, just a second, what Lisa's saying, it's also, we just have to stop people to thinking about teaching as a vocation. People don't think of it as a job, and it's a job. It's like the hardest job.
Right.
It's just not respected. So we have to change the national consciousness and then also move to pay them more,
Right.
I think.
Well, paying them more seems easier than changing the national consciousness.
Yeah, true. We could probably do one before the other.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, so I like pay teachers more. I mean, I don't know if that's a revolutionary thing we've come up with, but maybe that's the solution. Maybe some of the solutions are simple. Pay teachers more. But now, is this giving more in our budget? It's like we have to pay more out of taxes because that people get kind of cagey when you talk about pay more. Or do we just allocate it differently? Like, I don't know.
Allocate it.
Maybe not pay the soccer program because you can't really have a future in soccer in the United States of America. It's just not caught on the same amount. So you can't be like a pro.
What about less money in prisons, more money in school?
Perfect. Yeah.
But then the
Less
world
money
will be
going to
overcome with
privately.
criminals. Pay
But
teachers.
they're more educated criminals because we fixed education.
All right. I'll just say allocate money differently.
Yes.
Now, Bennington.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I'm told I have to say goodbye to you, Matt. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I got to do more press. I apologize.
Oh,
This
no.
was so much fun.
Oh, God, thank you for coming on.
Thanks, Trev. Hey, good seeing you guys.
Where are you playing?
I'm at Laughing Skull all weekend in Atlanta.
Okay, great. Yeah, if you're in Atlanta, go see Matt Bronger. Thank you so much, Matt.
Yep, you too. Thanks,
See you
guys.
soon.
You guys rock.
Okay, now Bennington, let's go back to homeschool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, going back actually, I was thinking back on it, and like, speaking of being spanked, one of the things that helped me learn as a homeschooler is knowing that at any point I could be taken upstairs by my mother and spanked.
Right.
Which would happen pretty occasionally because, you know, I'm a bit of a wild child.
Right.
So,
And you had a spanking
tell.
household.
yeah, it was me and my brother, and I would try and make him laugh, and I would make my mom angry, and then I would go upstairs and be spanked and cry wildly while I imagine he just sat there with his grammar book. But
Now let me ask this, because you kind of ran the whole gamut. Like I was saying, you're
Right.
kind of an education connoisseur. You've done the three main types: homeschool, private school, public school. So the only thing you haven't done is military school.
Yeah.
Now, so you did homeschool first. When you first went to private school, did you feel socially not as mature as the kids who had been going to school with other kids their entire life, or did you not feel that because like your parents had kind of put you in programs where you were socialized with other kids?
We did have a homeschool group. You know, my homeschool was due to religious reasons, I think, and my mom wanted me to be more creative. And so we did do plays and, you know, hang out with other homeschoolers. But I would say the rest of my life has showed that I clearly do have issues socializing with people.
Oh, really?
You know, yeah.
Okay.
I've struggled in that regard. And I was actually homeschooled again in 8th grade. Just because I didn't like my private school and I just wanted to stay home. And that time my dad said he'd teach me, but he just didn't. We just never did anything.
So you just had a year off?
So I just had a year off.
Oh, that's
which
amazing.
At first was awesome.
Yeah.
But then it was like, I had no car, I was like 13, and my parents were gone during the day, so I was just like completely alone all day until like 6 p.m. So by the end of the year, I was like, why did I want to do this? Like, this is awful.
Right. So they just left you with a lesson plan and they told you like do
No,
it yourself?
I'm saying there was no
Oh, wow.
schooling, and all that happened is I had to take standardized tests at the end of the year, and my percentile just dropped 10%.
Oh.
Like, I just got 10% dumber.
So that's all that.
That's all that
1 year?
happened. So I think people can do that 1 year.
Yeah.
You can lose 10%, just not 20, you know.
Wow.
On
Oh,
the socializing thing, though, I just wanted to add that I went to public school and I was still socially awkward.
Right.
Just because I was a nerd, so I was like the kid who's like.
So it may or may
"Who
not have
wants
been.
to-"
Yeah, I don't know. But do you feel like you
so
might have
today.
had less problems being socially if you hadn't been homeschooled?
Yeah, I was only thinking that because 8th grade is like, I went to school 7th grade, didn't go 8th grade, went back 9th grade, and everything was so different.
That's a crucial grade.
So I didn't
Yeah.
live through everyone kind of completely adapting to being an adult,
Right.
per se, for the first time. So I think I, suffered in that regard.
Okay. You know what? I think we have to go to an open mic right now. We have another performer. This is Anthony, and he is going to be performing some pop R&B.
Hey, what's up?
Anthony, how are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Trevor?
I'm good. How's your 420 going?
Hey, man, I haven't even started it yet, bud.
All right. Well, thank you for coming down here, and I'm just going to say, go ahead, take it away. Let's see what you got.
All right, let's go. Feeling strange, I can't figure it out. It's got my heartbeat racing. Could be love, though I hide it now. Though it's driving me crazy. Loco, 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 loco. Tú me mueves loco, 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 loco. Hey, that's right. I don't know if you guys can hear the beat, but it's banging. Yo. Hipnotizado, quedo con su mirada, quiero probar su cuerpo, quiero todos sus besos. Tú y yo bajo la luz de la luna, quiero hacer travesura y quitarte las dudas. And you know you gon' get it. I'll be there in a minute, but I won't finish in a minute. Oh no, I'ma take my time. I'ma do you so right. Cause you're looking so fine and I'm glad you're mine. When I put in work, I'm fucking overtime. Tú me vuelves loco, 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 loco. Tú me vuelves loco, 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 loco. I hope y'all can hear that beat. Hey. Hipnotizado, quedo con su mirada, quiero probar su cuerpo, quiero todos sus besos. Tú y yo bajo la luz de la luna, quiero hacer travesura y quitarte las dudas. I can't figure it out.
Andrew, thank you very much. That was awesome. Thank you, Andrew, performing some pop R&B. We could hear the music that time. Thank you very much. Great job. Somebody said, yeah, we can hear it. And somebody said, what does this have to do with anything? On Facebook. Yeah, nothing has anything to do with anything on this show. But this is... This is an exciting moment. We have a psychic with us. We have a psychic, Patty Negri. Thank you very much for being here.
Oh, you're welcome.
And you're here for the afternoon.
I'm here for the afternoon until you kick me out.
Oh, that is fantastic. When do you think we'll kick you out?
I don't know. Well, I do know.
So what we're talking about right now, this is great. So
Cool.
Tell us a little bit about you and your occupation. This is your occupation,
Okay, this is my
correct?
occupation.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a psychic medium and a witch, a good witch. I don't turn people into frogs or anything. But I knew when I was like 2 or 3 years old that the imaginary friends little kids have weren't all imaginary. They were real beings and spirits. And you could talk to and get real information. And I think that's true with a lot of kids. It just gets taught out of most people, oh, that's your imagination. But it never got taught out of me. So I literally did my first seance when I was 7 or 8 in my little suburban Long Beach home. Realized I didn't know dead people, so I'm like, well, Marilyn Monroe and John Kennedy, they're dead.
Right.
Filled the room with orbs and lights, and so I've studied it my entire life. And take it all down to energy. It's just energy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, I full disclosure, I guess I would be a cynic kind of
Okay.
guy. Like I'm not a person. I don't believe in ghosts.
I like that.
But
fall the
I
hardest.
also I never had an imaginary friend.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just somehow closed off to the thing. I'm open to maybe that being the thing. But how did you so you say when you were a kid, like the imaginary friends is what made you kind of realize that you had this ability. How did you hold on to it when so many people lose the ability through growing up?
I think it wasn't taught out of me because my parents were really open and they weren't like, oh my God, is it the devil or something like that.
Right.
And they might have thought I had a good imagination too, but they never discouraged me looking at things. So I just did. My mom would be going, we're going to go meet the Joneses next door. And I'm like, I went there last night. She's like, you didn't go there last night. You're 6 years old. I went, their living room's blue. There's really ugly stripes in the bathroom. The kitchen, they just put this yellow. I would just travel. And so they just kind of got used to it.
Wow, kind of like an astral projection sort of thing?
Yeah, I went through the 80s wearing hats because that was my rebellious decade going, I just want to be regular. I just want to be an 80s girl. So I wear hats to keep back grounded until I learned how to do it.
Oh, because like you would begin to astral project when you didn't
just
intend to.
Then, you know, a lot of people who are spacey are really just not in their bodies, I think.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, so how does channeling work in the sense that, okay, so let's say, you know, you're talking to spirits that are passed on. They're dead. Is there a heaven type thing? Is there are they just sitting around waiting for someone to talk to them, or is it more of like a thing where we perceive time as being real because we're in it, and what you're talking to is kind of a residue of energy that the person has just kind of left permanently that kind of bleeds through time?
That's more along the line of what I see.
Okay.
I don't think there's time and space on the other side. So time is whatever. I think it's part of a great consciousness, and you can tap into the energies of different people. And it doesn't mean, if you believe in reincarnation, that they haven't reincarnated, because I did that once. I was like, somebody told me I'm the reincarnation of this person, that person. Yeah. I'm actually a skeptic, too. I always start out really skeptic until proved otherwise, and skeptics fall the hardest. So it's like, yeah. Then I found this house without having the address. There was my exact handwriting. So it's like, okay, I believe. I walked in the house. I knew every inch of it. And then I'm doing a seance, and that person showed up. And I'm like, what the hell? It's too much for our simple little human brains.
Right.
I think it could be everything and everything if time and space doesn't exist. So
Yeah.
it's kind of mind-boggling.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here.
You're
And so I don't know how much of the show you've seen, but we're trying to solve a topic every
Yes,
single hour.
yes.
And right now we're talking about education. So how can we use your abilities to come up with a solution for this? Is there any way that we could channel? Can we channel people in the future?
I have never channeled people in the future.
Okay.
I don't know how that works.
Okay.
Like the next president 12 years down or something.
Right.
I've tapped into like kind of what people call Akashic records or great consciousness and seeing a bigger picture, a future picture.
Okay. Would it be possible to do that, to kind of figure out what the problems that maybe the unforeseen problems in education that we could hopefully avoid?
Yeah, and what I'm really getting screamed at, like by I don't know who, it's somebody on a school board or something, is what you were saying, total mismanagement. Somewhere way back when they started the lottery, at least here in California, all those millions and millions were supposed to go to schools. Where are those millions and millions? That's not even me being psychic, but I'm hearing it from some dead school board leader or
So
something.
you're hearing stuff right now?
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Huh?
I'm
wow.
zooming at her with my mind.
Yes. I read minds.
Well, that's like what else? What else are you hearing? Are you hearing one voice, or are you hearing?
No,
multiple?
that was just, I just kept hearing lottery. It's all, if they just really put the lottery money they were supposed to. It's almost, I swear to God, it's like this official sounding voice, like it is somebody who maybe was in government or a school. I keep hearing school board. That is just saying the money is all there. It's just completely mismanaged and used and stolen and on those private jets somewhere.
Well, that's interesting. Maybe that is what we could do here. We could say,
Track down that money.
investigate the lottery
Son.
money.
Yeah.
And this is in the state of California?
I don't know if it's national, but I know when we voted in California, the lottery, the big, the prize was, this will help our public schools. This
Yeah.
will give all the money we need to our public schools. And she's right. I have tons of friends who are teachers, and they're like poverty wages, and they work so hard, and they bring home 900 tests to grade every night. It's like these people should be revered. And
Okay, that's good. I'm writing down investigate lottery and money that was supposed to be used for schools. I think that could be an interesting thing that we could put out there for them to do, because maybe that's a lead to something. The FBI uses psychic mediums, don't they?
who does?
The FBI? Doesn't the FBI?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Police do a lot. FBI does. They've been used in everything forever. It's
Yeah.
just,
As much as I'm a skeptic, that's the thing that always bugs me, or my skepticism, is that whenever you look at like declassified documents, once they kind of Freedom of Information Act, they come out, you see stuff all the time about them using psychic mediums and stuff. So there must be something to it.
But see, I think soon enough, really soon enough, spirituality and science is going to come together completely. I take it all down to energy.
That's
like
called
I was saying.
Scientology.
It's no. But No. But again,
No.
if you take it down, the science of it, it's like getting into, I'm not getting into quantum physics and quantum mechanics and stuff. This is where they're all getting together. If you could just see it as energy, whatever template you put on top, your belief system, you're religious, you're a Catholic, you're a Jew, you're a Buddhist, you're a pagan, you're a this or that. If you go down to the energy below it, there's a basic truth.
Right.
And
then once you get to that quark level,
all
of a sudden we can't make heads or tails of it anyway because of like quantum entanglement and stuff like that. So then it all, like, even science comes down to basically being like, well,
Math.
you get down here and we don't know what's going on.
Right.
So-
And when they get there, and I think they will get there, it gets down to math. It gets down to numbers. It gets down to so whatever. So it's not just some weird psychic person talking to dead people and telling you what color your living room is. There's really a science and energy behind it. It's just certain people have learned to tap into that energy, and certain people don't, and some people are closed off, and some people you can learn.
That's cool.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah.
Could you tell one of us what color our living rooms are?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Well, I want to. We should do some sort of some example that would be fun for people to watch on television.
Okay.
Kind of. But first, let's take a caller. A caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Hey, Trevor.
Hey, how's it going? You're on the air.
Yeah, what's going on, Trev? Happy belated, Trev and Timmy.
Birthdays. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes,
What's your
me and
name?
Timmy share a birthday.
Well, what's your name? Where are you from?
Sean, New Jersey.
Sean in New Jersey. Okay, Sean, we're talking about education, and we're also talking with Patty Negri here, who's a psychic. Do you have any comments on either of the topics that we've been discussing?
Well, I can comment on both. I mean, education, I can clearly solve that. Not just the allocation of funds, but, let kids, as soon as they're old enough, to pick what they want to learn.
Yeah, okay. Now, what age would that be? What do you think? Because sometimes, I know when I was a kid, Indiana Jones made me want to be an archaeologist. And so I was like, that's what I'm going to go to school for. And then I got my mom to get me a subscription to Archaeology Today. And I read it, and I was like, this is fucking boring. Like, this is not what I thought at all. And I was like, I don't want to do that. So you can't let a kid choose that too young. But yeah, maybe it's a sliding thing where you constantly see, all right, where are the kids' interests this year? And maybe high school should be run a little bit more like college, where it's not one curriculum, but it's a sliding curriculum based on a kid's interest.
Yep, that's cool.
You're absolutely right. I mean, you gotta ask them what they want to learn.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, school is also a social aspect. Yes, you get the socialism in there. You talk to people you associate, so you can go out every day, function with people.
Okay.
I mean, not the homeschool kids that are a little weird.
Wow.
Besides,
He can hear you.
Unbelievable.
Sorry, guys.
Now, what do you think about our conversation about the spiritual world and with our friend Patty?
All right. Honestly, I mean, I've had my own experiences, it was pretty weird at the time, but I've been to Penhurst. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. Before they opened the thing. No, not locked in a cage. None of that.
I don't know. What is
I actually went
Penhurst?
with a friend.
Okay.
It's a haunted place.
We pretty much went
Okay.
through the grounds,
And
we
what
went through the grounds, and we had experiences.
What did you see?
We didn't see anything, but I mean, we've been through every building there. Nobody was there. But as soon as we left, there was a loud metal bang.
Okay.
And it was rather creepy, but it was cool.
That's cool. All right. So you are a believer.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for watching the stream, and we appreciate your call. We have some comments here. Trevor, the solution is love everyone, my friend, even Timmy. That's what somebody said. And somebody said, does she use the Necronomicon? Is that a real thing,
Good
the Necronomicon?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. And then, yeah, that's it. All right, so we've got basically a minute here to solve education.
Oh, crap.
So I've written down a couple things.
Trevor,
Yeah.
you heard about the Sudbury thing? You know, did you guys touch on that?
The Sudbury?
Sudbury schools.
No.
You guys know about that? No?
You got 30 seconds.
Yeah, you got 30.
No. I'm gonna let it go.
Oh, okay. You're holding out on us.
We're never gonna know.
It's basically it's a school where the kids go. There's no teachers. They all go there, and then they pick their curriculum.
Okay.
And they can play video games all day if they want. But it's
Well, that's kind of what we're talking about here. Make school more like college, elective classes. I'm going to put Sudbury? Sudbury schools.
There's one right in Woodstock. You passed it a bunch of times.
Oh, okay. All right, Sudbury School. All right, so these
Lottery
are
was a good
yeah.
one.
Here's three things we've got to take one of these and pass it on to be our solution. One is pay teachers more money, but just allocate it differently. It's pretty sensible. What do we think about that? By round of applause.
Combine that with the lottery, because that's where the money's going to come from.
Okay. The other one was investigate the lottery money that was supposed to be used for schools. That's good. And then make school more like college, elective classes like the Sudbury School. No one's into that one? Okay, I think these two I think these two are kind of in tandem, though. Yeah, I think we fixed it because we'll use because we were being told by the spirit world that there is something afoul going on with the lottery money that was supposed to be allocated towards schools, allegedly, and so we should look into that. And then we should pay the teachers more money, but just allocate it differently so it goes a little bit more to the teachers so they feel a little more respected, and we'll do a better job then.
And back pay to teachers who quit and became comedians.
And back pay to Lisa, yes. Okay, thank you guys very much. I think we did it. Lisa, thank you for coming on.
Thanks.
Andrew, thank you very much. Patty, staying with us. Okay, great. I'm going to post this up here.